Hi, I'm Bill.
And I'm Terry.
And welcome to our kitchen table. This week we're going to go over servo motors and what's inside your servo a little bit, but we're going to concentrate on motors. You have the chance to win a Fat Boy Bad Bass servo to test. You need to give us feedback if you win it. So don't call and win it if you don't want to use it and you don't want to go in the water with it. What we go for news?
New from E-Flite, the Viper 1.1M. A value-packed sport jet with premium looks and a heart-racing turbine-like engine sound. An easy glue-free assembly required. For all you river rats, in testing now, Fat Boy's first waterproof servo, the Bad Bass. Spectrum releases their new AR410 and AR620 4 and 6 channel full-range sport receivers with DSMX, DSM2 compatibility, streamlined to fit a wide range of models.
Alright, so as most of you know, I own Fat Boy. Everyone helps me with it, but I own it. And we're coming out with the Bad Bass servo, and you're playing for a chance to win that. This channel isn't about a sales pitch, so I don't talk a lot about that. But that's who we're going to pick for a prize winner, is someone to test the servo. We have them actually testing now, and we want someone just completely new to test the servo for us, right?
Yes.
So we're also going to go over the inside of a servo on the motor. So that's the most important thing when you're buying a servo, is what's the motor. There's a bunch of other stuff that's nice, but if you don't get the right motor in your servo, you're not going to be happy with it. So here's a picture of a servo broken down, and it shows you everything, you know, the gears. If you can see on this one has bushings. This is probably the normal RTR servo in like a Scalar or a car. That's just what they put in them. They expect you to replace them, but it's an excellent picture, so I'm showing it to you. And the motor is what we're going to concentrate on, because everything else doesn't affect the performance of your servo as much as the motor does. That's why we're talking motors today. And I'm going to show you 3 different kinds of motors. I'm going to show you cord, cordless, and brushless. So let's look at the lowest cost one actually first, and that is the cord motor. So this one, and many like it, have a cord motor in it. They're lower cost. To me, it's what we've always had. I've been in the hobby for most of my life, and it's what we had when I was younger, and it's still one of the best ways to get power out of a servo at a lower cost today. And you just have to know when to use it and how to apply it to your vehicle, and you don't have to spend a bunch of money on a servo. So a cord motor is probably the strongest and the lowest voltage, yet creates a bunch of heat, and that's why it's not as preferred for a lot of people. Like if you race, your crawler demands a lot of constant turning and stress. The cord motor probably isn't your best choice, but for most people and most vehicles, the cord motor works absolutely perfectly, and you got to keep it cool. So a lot of servos you'll see, and this isn't even one of mine purposely, it comes with a aluminum jacket in the middle, and that it doesn't matter what motor you have, heat is bad. So if you've got a cord motor, you want to at least make sure you have a aluminum heat sink middle line like this one does, because that'll draw the heat away and that'll make your motor last longer, because heat is bad in any situation when it comes to motors. Now a cordless motor and a cord motor are both brushed, because you got brushless is what we call best now, right? But they are both brushed, and the only difference is, in this picture as you can see, is they made a cylinder somehow out of copper or whatever they make it out of, and that took place of the windings on the cord motor, as you can see. That made it lighter. That made it turn faster. That makes it produce less heat. But unfortunately, you lose torque. So these motors require more voltage to do the same thing as your cord motor does in your lower cost servos. But they don't generate the heat, so they're going to last longer. I question if it's just a cheaper way to sell us something sometimes, because I don't have cordless motors I sell for your trucks and cars, right, in my hobby shop. It seems a little odd to me if it was that wonderful, but maybe it's just because of the scale of it. Because there is an advantage, in the Bad Bass you're playing to win is a cordless motor in it, because it was the best option. It can hold enough voltage to be to outperform a cord motor, but you have to know that when you're buying it. And last but not least is the brushless servo motor. Much like your cars, everybody wants them, and they're the best, and they usually do the best job. The reason is that these are brushless, and they don't create the same amount of heat. There's not, the magnet now is moved to the inside of the motor, not the outside. And that creates less heat and all that good stuff, but again, you lose torque that you had in your cord in your cordless motor. So you lose torque as you gain speed is the takeaway of this. But with brushless, you can get the best of both if you get enough voltage to your servo. And they're the most expensive ones, but they are the best ones you can buy when you can. But that's why I at least at Fat Boy we're selling all the different ones so you get the correct servo. Because there's zero reason. This is the one, we got this on pre-order now, this passed our test, it's called the Workhorse. This is a cord motor. And it's a cord motor for a reason. It has an aluminum jacket on it, take the heat. I tell you, right on the site, make sure you don't use this if you got a lot of weight because it's not going to work for you. Well, it's going to work for you, but you're not going to be happy with it because it's going to burn out too fast. So know what you buy. I don't care what servo you buy. It doesn't matter what brand. Just know what you're buying. Because sometimes they're disguising servos that are worth half what they are. And everyone's buying them. Just look at the motors on them. And just start with that. Everyone knows metal gears and all that. And be careful with gears too. Don't judge everything. Because inside of these, they put plastic gears sometimes. My company does. And they use it like you guys use an RPM arm on a, I don't know, a two-wheel drive truck or something. They want it to have some give. Because if you have a real powerful motor, you'll actually break the gears in it. So sometimes, I don't care what brand, you're going to see a plastic gear in there and go, oh, this is cheap. No, it's designed that way. And it's supposed to be that way. They thought of that. Well, Fat Boy did anyways. So, that's the end of the servo speech. I don't care what brand you buy, but just look at the motor before you buy it. And then look at your torque, which is ounces, or kg, they measure it. Depends, just convert it. And look at the speed. Because if you're racing, you don't necessarily care about torque. You got a little two-wheel drive buggy, and you just want it to turn fast. Who cares? You know, brushless, you can get a brushless motor, low torque servo, pretty cheap. Just know what you're buying, save yourself some money. It's all about having fun with the hobby and not spending a bunch of money to me. So that's the info. What else you got? That it?
Yeah.
All right. What's the secret word?
We'll go with Bad Bass.
All right. And you're calling in to win the Bad Bass servo, and we want your feedback though. Make sure you're gonna run this thing in a river hard. You like to go in your pool, I don't care what you do with it. I want to put this thing through some rigorous testing before I tell everyone it's waterproof. It's made to be waterproof. It's actually made to be used in the water. It's not waterproof. And I'll show you why as we come out with it. But I want you guys to test it. And what caller?
Caller number, we're going to go with the high number this time, 10.
10. Oh, 10. We got two winners. Christina saying what? 8.
Oh,
So
yeah,
two
8
of
and
you.
10.
8 and 10 are going to get the Bad Bass servo to test for us. You're gonna be. We have those test ones here, so you get that right away. We'll ship it to you. Again, this is anywhere in the world. This show. If you live, in, like we get a lot of hits in Puerto Rico and Italy, and so you're playing too. I don't care where you're from. Just call the number, and now it's a better phone system, right?
Yes.
We had good luck with the phone system last week, so you should, if it's busy or whatever, it's on at 9:30, right when it should be, and it just works now. So call in anywhere from the world, and you just gotta tell us Bad Bass.
Yep.
So thanks for tuning in. Be smart when you buy your servo, no matter who you buy it from, and thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.